Hello everyone, today let's talk about a very common topic, or actually a very common issue that is among a lot of us today. That is overeating. Now if you've been in the pattern of overeating, or you've been overeating, or you've just realized that you're overeating, you would actually understand that sometimes that one block of chocolate actually turns into an entire bar, and that one sip of the drink turns into an entire bottle, and that scoop of an ice cream becomes like an entire bucket of an ice cream, right? And we don't even realize we actually finished that entire box of that ice cream or that bottle of that drink until a certain period of time. And when we actually realize it, we are too stressed out about it, we are guilty about it, and we are sad about that. And now because you're guilty, you're sad, and you're stressed out, you actually reach out to food as a source of comfort. And then again you overeat, and then again once you overeat, you are again guilty about it, and again you reach out to food. So this is like a continuous cyclic pattern that is actually happening, and and it becomes actually difficult to get out of this cyclic pattern till you actually don't understand what is the reason that is causing it, what actually is overeating, and what are the simple ways that you can actually try to break that cyclic pattern, and you can live a healthy lifestyle or overcome that overeating process, right? So in today's video, let's talk about what is overeating, what are the reasons for it, how can we take small measures to overcome overeating. Let's understand what is overeating, what are the reasons that causes overeating, and how to figure out that are you in the overeating process or not. Firstly, overeating is basically eating more amount of food than your body actually requires. And the reasons for overeating can be a lot, like you have anxiety, you have depression, you're stressed out, you have attempts of excessive dieting, you have chronic hunger, you have low self-esteem. It can be many other reasons and other possibilities that are there, and it actually varies from person to person and what the situation is. And during such situations, right, when we are dealing with anger, stress, and when we actually end up to overeat, right, we lose control over our body and mind, and that's the reason sometimes we end up overeating. And it is also actually very important to know that with overeating, there is a lot of weight gain that is caused, and due to that excessive weight gain, we can actually lead to a lot of risk of chronic diseases. There is gut health issues, you have acidity, bloating, all of that because of constant foods that you're eating that are unhealthy for your body. Then you have impaired brain functioning and a lot of sleep issues. When you don't sleep well, then obviously your body is not functioning the way it has to. Now actually let's understand, do you actually have overeating? Let's see some of the points that can actually help you try to figure out if you're a person who's overeating. First would be, you have frequent cravings of certain kinds of food. You had a very nutritious meal, you had a very balanced meal, but you still crave for that certain kind of food, and often eating much more than the craved food that intended. Okay, and sometimes you reach to a point where you are so full and stuffed that you cannot move. Your stomach starts feeling uneasy. You basically overall feel very uneasy, and you just want to throw it up so that you can feel lighter. And next one would be is often feeling guilty about the particular food that you had, and like I mentioned before, because you are eating the food that you craved for because of the stress and everything, you feel guilty again, and then again you eat, right? That cyclic process is also one of the one of the reasons you can actually figure out why you have overeaten. Next would be justifying to oneself. You try to give reasons to your own self. You want to justify your own self the reason why you're overeating. I'm eating this chocolate because I did this, I did that, or you just try because my body wants this. You're just trying to justify yourself. And second of all, you have been trying to quit that food or that certain food items in a very drastic way, or in a very firm way. Now example, you suddenly get up one day like, I want to quit chocolates, I'm not going to eat sugar and everything. Okay, you might be able to follow it for a certain period of time, right? But because you actually have no idea the ways to quit it, and you suddenly quit it, right, your body starts craving for that. To give you an example, if a person tells you, if you tell a child as well, right, don't do this because this is not good for you, but the child's mind is like that, like, no, I want it. Why did the person told me not to do? I really want to do it. I want to see why they told me not to do it, right? It's always there in the mind. The same way when a person tells us not to eat that food, or not to consume that food or buy that food, right? Our mind is always in that process. I want to eat it. It's like, like it's triggering you, like, okay, eat it. It will make you feel better. You're stressed about it and all of that. So that is also one of the signs that you can tell that you have the chances of overeating. Next would be you're often hiding the consumptions of unhealthy food from others. Now, example, you might be eating a lot of unhealthy food because of your stress, or you're dealing with any other situations in your life, right? But you don't want that phase of you or that part of your life to be shown to others. You're like, no, I'm eating healthy. You try to be all nice and healthy and all that, but you know that subconsciously that's not what you're doing currently, because you don't want to hear it from people saying that, hey, try doing this, try doing that, try eating, this and that. So somewhere or the other it triggers, because like, I'm trying, but things are not working out for me, and you're stressed out about that. And instead of people trying to understand you, they still tell you, stop doing this, stop doing that. Then that causes a lot of stress, and you have low self-esteem, because you don't like the way you look, or you don't like the way your body is reacting, or the way you are reacting to food, right? So that is also one of the reason. And next would be you're feeling you're unable to control yourself from eating unhealthy food. You're trying it very nicely, you're making sure that you put an effort, but you're still not unable to do it, right? Despite that this all leads to a lot of health issues, a lot of both physical health issues, mental health issues, and all of that, but you're still not able to give up, and you're still in the process of guilt, and then you end up reaching out to these food. So these can be there might be many various reasons, like mentioned before. It can be very don't like the way your body is reacting, or the way you are reacting to food, right? So that is also one of the reason. And next would be you're unable to control yourself from eating unhealthy food. You're trying it very nicely, you're making sure that you put an effort, but you're still not unable to do it, right? Despite that this all leads to a lot of health issues, a lot of both physical health issues, mental health issues, and all of that, but you're still not able to give up, and you're still in the process of guilt, and then you end up reaching out to these food. So these can be there might be many various reasons, like mentioned before. It can be vary from person to person, and what phase of life they are. It varies, and there's a lot of list about that, but these can be very common or very simple ways to actually understand if you are in the process of overeating.